Chosen one. Have you ever felt like your heart was built differently? Like your love reaches deeper than words, deeper than logic, as if it was carved from eternity itself? You've tried to love like everyone else, but it never works, does it? Because your love was never meant to be ordinary. It was meant to be holy. You love with a purity that terrifies the unhealed. Your energy doesn't just connect, it convicts. Your affection doesn't just comfort, it awakens. And that's why your presence always changes people, even if they don't stay, because divine love cannot enter a heart without exposing what's false within it. You've been told you're too intense, too emotional, too much. But heaven smiles when it hears that, because that depth, that intensity, that endless well of compassion, that's the mark of the anointed. You were chosen to carry love that looks like light, the kind that reveals, heals, and refines. Your heart is not weak because it feels deeply. It's powerful because it refuses to stop feeling even after being broken. Every heartbreak you've endured was heaven, expanding your capacity to love without conditions. Every person who couldn't handle your energy was part of your training, a test to teach you that not everyone deserves divine access. Chosen one, your love is rare because it's not built for comfort. It's built for transformation. You were never meant to fit in with the world's idea of love. You were sent to remind the world what real love feels like. Unfiltered, unselfish, unbreakable. That's why your love never dies easily. Because it wasn't born from emotion, it was born from eternity. It carries heaven's blueprint inside it. And when you love, the universe feels it. So stop shrinking your heart to make others comfortable. Stop apologizing for being the kind of soul that sees beauty in everything and redemption in everyone. You love the way God loves, endlessly, faithfully, fearlessly. That's not a weakness, that's your assignment. The world doesn't need you to love less. It needs you to love right. And heaven is about to send into your life the one who recognizes that sacred frequency, not to take from it, but to match it, because your love was never meant to be understood by many. It was meant to be felt by the one who was chosen to carry it with you. And when that moment comes, chosen one, you'll realize you were never too much. You were just made for someone who could finally hold everything you are. Chosen one. There's a reason your love feels heavier than most. It's not because you're broken. It's because you're built with more capacity than the world knows how to hold. Your heart carries divine voltage. It feels everything, absorbs everything, and still keeps beating with faith. That's not fragility. That's spiritual strength. You were never meant to love halfway. From the moment your soul entered this world, heaven placed within you a vibration designed to awaken others, not just to feel love, but to remember it. That's why your love carries a certain gravity. When you walk into someone's life, they sense it immediately, that strange familiarity, that pull they can't explain. You remind their spirit of something sacred they've forgotten. You don't just connect, you resurrect. But that kind of love is not light to carry. It comes with responsibility. It requires refinement. Because when you love with divine intention, your energy becomes a mirror. And mirrors don't always make people comfortable. Some will be drawn to your warmth. Others will flinch at their own reflection. You were never meant to be easy to love. You were meant to be transformational to love. Chosen one, you've probably noticed how your relationships always move with divine precision. Never casual, always catalytic. You meet someone and everything changes for both of you. They evolve, awaken, confront their shadow, and sometimes they leave. You're left wondering, why do people I love always walk away? But in truth, they didn't walk away from you. They walked away from their own reflection in your light. You see, your love exposes what isn't healed. It amplifies truth. It pushes souls toward their destiny, even if that means pushing them out of your story. You were chosen to trigger transformation, not to be everyone's final destination. Some only meet you long enough to be reminded that love this pure still exists. Others stay, the ones whose frequency matches your devotion. And yet, through every heartbreak, you've refused to close your heart. That's what makes you rare. Your love doesn't seek revenge, it seeks revelation. You don't love to be loved back. You love because that's who you are. Every time you pour yourself into someone unready, you think you've lost something. But heaven records every act of love you've ever given. Nothing leaves you without returning multiplied. That ache you feel, that longing to be met at your depth, is not loneliness. It's recognition. Your soul knows there is one who can receive what you carry. But before that alignment happens, you must first understand the sacred weight of your own heart. Because your love is a ministry. Your compassion is a calling. Your tenderness is a technology heaven uses to heal others. And though it often feels like a burden, it's actually your evidence. God trusted you with this kind of heart because He knew it would remain pure even after breaking. Every time you chose love over bitterness, compassion over resentment, forgiveness over pride, you increased your spiritual frequency. You became the proof that divine love can live inside human form. So when you feel misunderstood, remember, you're not too emotional. You're just attuned to a higher frequency of affection. You love like heaven does, completely, unconditionally, without agenda. And that's exactly why your journey can feel lonely at times. Most souls can't sustain that level of light, but the ones meant for you, they will. Chosen one, carry your heart with reverence. Protect it, but never dim it. Because your love is not meant to be caged, it's meant to be channeled. And soon, heaven will align you with another heart built like yours, not to complete you, but to multiply what already glows within. Until then, stay tender, stay true. Because your love isn't a weakness. It's the world's reminder that divinity still beats inside humanity. Why your love feels so intense, yet so pure. Chosen one, your love doesn't just touch hearts, it transforms them. Every time you love, heaven moves through you. That's why your affection never feels casual. It carries the weight of eternity, the vibration of something ancient, remembered, divine. Your love burns through illusion, revealing truth in every soul it meets. Most people love for comfort. You love for connection. You don't seek romance, you seek resonance. You crave the soul beneath the surface, the light behind the eyes. Your heart doesn't recognize faces, it recognizes frequency. That's why you often fall in love with essence before logic ever catches up. You sense potential, purpose, destiny, even in the unready. And that's where the ache begins. Because when divine love meets unhealed hearts, it overwhelms them. They mistake your purity for pressure, your depth for danger. They run, not from you, but from themselves reflected in your eyes. Your energy has no mask. It exposes what's hidden, amplifies what's true, and awakens what's asleep. And not everyone is prepared for that level of light. Chazan 1. This is why your love feels so intense. Because it's spiritual warfare disguised as tenderness. Every embrace is an activation. Every I love you is a declaration from heaven itself. You are not loving like the world does. You are channeling divine energy through human form. That's why it feels holy. That's why it feels heavy. You love deeply because your soul remembers God's way of loving. Patient, unconditional, refining. You love until others see their own light, even if they never return to thank you for it. And though it hurts, your love never becomes bitter. It transforms instead. Each heartbreak births another level of compassion, another layer of wisdom. There's a reason people never forget you. It's not your words, it's your energy. They can feel that something sacred passed through them. You changed their vibration simply by caring the way you do. You made them feel seen, maybe for the first time. That is the ministry of your love, to awaken remembrance in those who have forgotten their own divinity. But with this power comes a lesson. Not everyone deserves access to your sacred frequency, because the same energy that heals can also drain when given to those who aren't ready to hold it. Love is not just a feeling, it's a spiritual transaction. And heaven will always test your discernment before granting you your equal. So don't curse your intensity. Don't shrink your depth to make others stay. The ones who cannot hold your light were never meant to contain your love. You are not here to be understood by many. You are here to be recognized by one. Chosen one, your love feels intense because it's pure. It's not diluted by games or ego. It's the raw expression of your connection to the divine. You were never meant to blend into a world that loves superficially. You were sent to remind it how heaven loves eternally. So hold your heart with reverence. Protect it, but don't harden it, because soon someone carrying the same sacred flame will recognize it within you. And for the first time, your love will not be too much. It will finally be matched. Chosen one. Not all love is created equal. Some love begins in emotion. It burns fast, flickers bright, and fades into memory. But divine love, the kind heaven entrusts to the chosen, begins in frequency. It doesn't demand attention. It radiates truth. It doesn't chase validation. It moves in quiet knowing. Earthly love attaches to appearance, timing, and comfort. Divine love attaches to purpose, energy, and alignment. One feeds your flesh, the other feeds your soul. Earthly love says, "You make me happy." Divine love says, "You make me holy." When you meet someone through divine resonance, it doesn't feel like falling. It feels like remembering. Your soul recognizes the vibration before your mind even understands what's happening. You feel peace instead of panic, expansion instead of obsession. Because resonance doesn't pull from emptiness, it flows from wholeness. Chosen one, that's why the world has never taught you how to love the way you were designed to. You were born wired for heaven's language, energy, intuition, faith. When others talk about chemistry, you feel frequency. When others look for attraction, you sense assignment. You're not drawn to how someone looks, you're drawn to what their energy speaks. Earthly love seeks possession. Divine love seeks partnership. Earthly love says, "You're mine." Divine love says, we're His. One drains because it's rooted in fear of loss. The other sustains because it's rooted in eternal connection. That's why most people couldn't stay in your life. Your heart doesn't operate on the world's settings. You were never meant to chase validation. Your soul was built to discern vibration, and every time you tried to love like everyone else, your spirit grew restless. You felt the misalignment even before the relationship ended. Because no matter how much effort you gave, you can't force resonance. You attract what you are, not what you wish for. When your energy rises, relationships built on emotion collapse. Not because you failed, but because the foundation was too fragile for the frequency you now carry. Earthly love can't survive divine upgrades. Heaven won't let you stay bound to a connection that can't grow with your calling. Chosen one, the difference between earthly and divine love is this. Earthly love mirrors your wounds. Divine love mirrors your healing. The first makes you feel needed. The second makes you feel seen. The first drains your peace. The second multiplies your purpose. And when divine resonance finally arrives, you'll know it. It won't demand proof, control, or chase. It will move with stillness, two energies vibrating as one sound. Your nervous system will calm. Your heart will stop performing. You'll stop wondering, do they love me? You'll start whispering, this feels like home. Chosen one, this is the love heaven has been preparing you for. That's why you had to unlearn the old versions of love. The kind that begged, the kind that broke, the kind that blinded. God had to detox your heart from imitation before revealing authenticity. So let the world call you different. Let them call your love too much. They don't understand divine resonance because they've never experienced it. But soon, when heaven aligns you with the one who vibrates in your same light, you'll realize what felt impossible was only waiting for divine timing. Earthly love makes you question your worth. Divine love reminds you that you were chosen long before you met them. And when it finally finds you, you'll understand this isn't falling in love. It's rising into purpose. Chosen one, when you love deeply, you walk through fires most people never face. Because for you, love isn't a pastime, it's a path. It's the classroom where heaven teaches you the hardest lessons about trust, surrender, and divine timing. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every moment you gave your all and received silence in return, none of it was wasted. It was training. You were never meant to learn love through ease. You were meant to learn it through endurance. Because the kind of love you carry can't be taught through comfort. It's revealed through testing. The more powerful your heart's energy, the more heaven must refine it before releasing it into its true mission. That's why your love story has felt like warfare. You love fully, and the enemy hates that. Because when you love purely, you heal everything around you. And that kind of light threatens darkness. So every relationship you've had wasn't just emotional, it was spiritual combat. Every connection tested your discernment, your patience, your ability to love without losing yourself. Chosen one, your love has always been sacred ground. That's why it attracts both light and shadow. Some people come into your life not to love you, but to trigger you, to reveal wounds that still need healing, to test how much of your peace depends on being understood. These aren't punishments. They're promotions disguised as pain. Because only through confrontation can compassion become wisdom. Heaven watches how you love when it hurts. Do you still forgive? Do you still bless what broke you? Do you still pray for those who betrayed you? That's the test. Not to see if you can love more, but to see if you can love without condition. There were moments when you begged God, "Why do I keep attracting people who hurt me?" And heaven whispered, "Because each one shows you a different side of yourself that still needs healing." You can't carry divine love into destiny if you're still carrying the residue of resentment. So every heartbreak was purification. Every disappointment was detox. You weren't losing love. You were learning its true meaning. Chosen one, your deep love isn't weakness. It's weaponry. Every time you choose grace over bitterness, you dismantle spiritual chains that have bound generations. Your tenderness is rebellion in a world addicted to indifference. Your empathy is intercession in disguise. And though it's exhausting, it's what keeps heaven moving through you. But God doesn't test you forever. Every season of testing has a threshold, a moment where the lesson becomes revelation. And when you reach that point, love stops hurting. It starts healing. Because you finally understand that love was never meant to be proven. It was meant to be embodied. The test of loving deeply teaches you this. You can hold compassion without clinging. You can give freely without losing balance. You can walk away still wishing them peace. That's divine mastery, loving like heaven, but living with boundaries. You see, love isn't about fixing broken people. It's about being a living example of wholeness. And once you learn that, your energy shifts. You no longer chase those who drain you. You no longer confuse pain with passion. You no longer call chaos chemistry. You start loving from overflow instead of from emptiness. That's when heaven smiles and says, "They've passed the test." Because now love no longer costs you your peace. It complements it. And the ones who come next won't test your spirit. They'll recognize it. Chosen one, remember this. The depth of your love was never the problem. It was the classroom. You had to walk through heartbreak to learn the difference between attachment and anointing. And now that you have, God will send you love that honors your depth instead of fearing it. Your test was sacred. Your endurance was divine. And your next chapter, it won't break you, it will mirror you. How heaven protects your heart through isolation. Chosen one, if you've ever felt like love keeps slipping through your fingers no matter how pure your intentions, understand this. Heaven has been protecting your heart in ways you didn't recognize. Your isolation was never punishment. It was preservation. While you were grieving who left, heaven was shielding you from what would have drained you. You see, the love you carry is sacred currency. It's not meant to be spent carelessly. When you love, you pour life into others. You pray for them in silence. You see their potential even when they can't. You give them peace they've never known. And that kind of power attracts both the worthy and the wounded. That's why heaven sometimes has to pull you back, not because you're unlovable, but because your love is too powerful to be given to those who aren't ready to receive it. Chosen one, the seasons of loneliness you've endured weren't empty. They were incubations of clarity. While you thought nothing was happening, heaven was performing open-heart surgery on your spirit. God was rewiring how you love. stripping away people-pleasing, breaking codependency, healing attachment wounds, and teaching you the difference between being needed and being aligned. You weren't losing connection. You were learning conservation. Isolation is heaven's classroom for emotional maturity. It's where your sensitivity becomes strength. It's where you stop confusing access with affection. It's where you learn that peace is not found in being understood. It's found in being anchored. Remember those nights where you felt forgotten? The prayers that went unanswered? The texts that never came? Those were divine blockades, chosen one. You were asking for real love, and heaven had to silence every counterfeit frequency before your heart could finally hear the truth. You weren't being ignored. You were being insulated. Heaven's love is jealous, not in pettiness, but in protection. When God sees your heart pouring into wrong vessels, He intervenes, even if it breaks you, because He knows what you can't yet see. Your heart is a kingdom tool, and the wrong hands could mishandle what He's cultivating inside you. Every unanswered message, every rejection, every ghosting, that was heaven saying, not this one, not yet, not at this level, chosen one. Divine isolation builds discernment. When you stop filling the silence with noise, you start hearing the subtle voice of the Spirit. When you stop seeking validation, you start receiving revelation. Your solitude sharpens your sensitivity. You begin to sense the counterfeit before it can enter your field. And once your discernment is fully matured, heaven begins reintroducing connection. Not to test you, but to confirm your transformation. It's only after you've learned to sit with yourself in peace that God sends someone who adds to that peace instead of taking from it. That's the purpose of isolation, to prepare your heart to recognize divine love when it arrives. Because when you've tasted sacred solitude, you'll never again settle for temporary company. So stop resenting your seasons of being unseen. They were not seasons of lack, they were seasons of preparation. God hid you so no one could mishandle what He was refining. You are being purified in private so that when heaven reveals you again, your energy would be unmistakably divine. Chosen one, heaven protects you by pulling you back before you pour out. Because love, like yours, is a resource, not a reward. And now that you've learned to honor it, you'll begin to see how every ending was actually an embrace from the divine, saying, I kept you apart so I could keep you pure. You were never alone. You were under construction. And soon, those who once left you in silence will witness the sound of your peace echoing louder than ever before. Why others can't handle the way you love. Chosen one, you've always known your love feels different. It's not casual, it's not convenient, it's complete. You love with your entire being, body, mind, soul, and spirit, and that's precisely why so many couldn't handle it. They wanted affection, not transformation. They wanted warmth without the fire. They wanted comfort, but your love was a calling. Most people are used to love that flatters their ego, not love that confronts their soul. But when you love someone, your energy doesn't just soothe, it exposes. You see through walls, through wounds, through the masks people wear. Your presence activates truth. Your care awakens buried potential. And for those who aren't ready to face themselves, that fear feels terrifying. Chosen one, your love is a mirror, and not everyone can stand their reflection. That's why people you poured into began to withdraw. They felt the light in you uncovering the shadows in them. It wasn't rejection of you, it was resistance to growth. You made them feel seen, and in being seen, they felt convicted. And instead of healing, some chose hiding. You loved them past their fears. You prayed for their peace, but not everyone who receives your energy is equipped to reciprocate it. Your love demands self-awareness, honesty, vulnerability, things the world avoids. That's why you often attract the wounded. Your spirit feels like medicine to them. But they mistake healing for harm when it begins to burn. Because true love doesn't just comfort, it purifies. There were moments when you wondered, why do people always leave once I give them everything? It's because everything you give has divine weight. When you love, your energy multiplies. When they walk away, they still carry fragments of your light, pieces of grace that will one day lead them home to themselves. You were never a mistake in their story. You were the moment heaven intervened. But now, chosen one, you're learning the difference between being a healer and being a host. You were never meant to be the permanent home for every soul that found temporary refuge in your heart. God sent them to you so they could feel His love through you, but not all were meant to stay. Some came for the awakening, not the lifetime. And that's okay, because their leaving wasn't loss. It was lesson. It taught you that love must flow both ways, that your compassion must have boundaries, that you can't carry someone's growth at the cost of your own. It's not your job to finish every story you start. It's your purpose to plant light wherever you go. Chosen one, you are not too much. You are precise. Your love is not a flood. It's a frequency, rare, refined, and real. And few can stand in that current without changing. That's why heaven guards your heart so fiercely, because it knows the power it holds. The ones who couldn't handle your love didn't fail you. They revealed to you who's capable of holding divine energy. And now that you've seen the difference, you'll never again confuse attraction with alignment. You'll never again mistake chaos for chemistry. You'll know peace when you feel it, because you've tasted the cost of giving it away too freely. Chosen one, don't dim your love. Don't harden it. Those who couldn't handle it weren't your punishment. They were your preparation. They taught you to discern who deserves your presence, who respects your energy, who reciprocates your frequency. And soon, God will send someone who doesn't just admire your love. They'll match it. They won't run from your depth. They'll dive into it. They won't fear your fire. They'll burn beside you. Because real recognizes real, and divine love always finds its reflection. Until then, chosen one, keep loving with reverence, but wisely, because your love was never meant to be understood by many, only by the one strong enough to hold it without fear and holy enough to never let it go. Chosen one, after everything you've endured, the loneliness, the heartbreaks, the false starts, heaven is preparing to show you what divine alignment truly feels like. Not the imitation, not the almost, but the real thing. The one whose energy doesn't just excite you, it recognizes you. When you meet your true energy match, it won't feel like fireworks. It'll feel like peace, not the absence of emotion, but the presence of calm. Your nervous system will relax. Your spirit will exhale. Your heart will stop wondering if you're safe, because for the first time, it won't have to perform. You'll realize that divine connection doesn't demand. It harmonizes. It doesn't drain. It expands. You'll notice the signs immediately. Conversations will flow without effort. Silence will feel sacred, not awkward. Their energy won't try to overpower yours. it will complement it. And instead of confusion, there will be clarity. Not because they're perfect, but because their spirit speaks the same language as yours. Chosen one, your true match won't compete with your light. They'll protect it. They'll understand your depth without needing to analyze it. They'll sense when your heart is heavy without you having to explain. You'll feel their presence even in their absence, not because of attachment, but because of resonance. This person won't just meet your energy, they'll mirror it. Their eyes will hold the same peace you've been cultivating in solitude. Their voice will feel familiar, like a melody you've known for lifetimes. Their faith will strengthen yours. Their mission will intertwine with your purpose. Together, your connection will become a portal where heaven's frequency meets human form. And you'll know it's divine because there will be no anxiety in their presence. The chaos that once disguised itself as passion will be gone. Instead, there will be grounding, the still, silent knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. The true energy match doesn't trigger survival mode. It activates destiny. You'll start dreaming again. You'll feel inspired. You'll create without fear. Their love won't rescue you. It will reveal you. Because divine alignment doesn't save, it awakens. And here's the mystery. They've been walking their own path of purification just like you. While you were being refined in solitude, they were being reshaped too. Every heartbreak, every test, every delay, it was preparing both of you to meet in maturity, not in need. That's why the timing took so long. Heaven refuses to let divine partnerships form before both souls are healed enough to sustain them. Chosen one, when you meet them, you won't question whether it's real. You'll question how you ever confused anything else for love. You'll look back at everything that ended and whisper, "Now I understand." Because what's coming won't feel like starting over. It'll feel like coming home. The true energy match will not demand you to shrink. They will see you fully, spiritually, beautifully, and stand beside you, not above or beneath you. You'll pray together, laugh together, build together. You'll hold space for each other's humanity without dimming the divinity. That's the signature of divine connection. Two whole souls coexisting in harmony, not codependency. Chosen one, the love heaven sends won't feel like a high. It will feel like a hallelujah. And when it arrives, you'll know it by the way your heart stops running. The search will end. The striving will cease. The noise will quiet. Because when divine resonance finds divine readiness, the universe stands still. You are not waiting for love. Love is waiting for your vibration to stabilize. And now it has. Heaven is aligning timelines, synchronizing hearts, and preparing a meeting where recognition will replace resistance. When your frequencies collide, it won't just change your relationship, it will change your reality. So be still, chosen one. Your equal is not on the way. They're already in orbit, and soon heaven will whisper the same truth to both of your souls at once. Now, chosen one, your love will never look like the world's, and that's because it was never meant to. You love from a place most people have never reached, a depth that frightens the shallow and awakens the sleeping. You don't fall in love, you remember love. Your soul recognizes it as something ancient, something eternal, something written before your birth. That's why your love doesn't fade. It transforms. Even when it ends, it doesn't die. It evolves. Even when it hurts, it teaches. Even when it's misunderstood, it moves mountains in silence. You were chosen to carry a higher vibration of love, the kind that heals by existing. You don't love to gain, you love to give. You don't connect to escape loneliness, you connect to reflect God. Every time you love, you allow heaven to touch the earth through your heart. That's your ministry, your signature, your proof that light still lives among flesh. The world calls you too much, but heaven calls you necessary, because your love disrupts illusions. It burns through superficiality. It turns broken hearts into living altars. You don't just love people, you remind them of who they were before the world made them forget. That's why it's felt so lonely. Because real love is rare, and those who carry it often walk alone until heaven aligns them with another heart strong enough to sustain it. You've spent seasons feeling unseen, unchosen, misunderstood, not because your love was wrong, but because your audience was. The people who mishandled your heart weren't villains, they were vessels of awakening. They showed you the limits of human love so you'd learn the power of divine love. Chosen one, your love was never meant to fit. It was meant to fill empty spaces with compassion, to fill cold hearts with warmth, to fill silence with meaning. Every heartbreak expanded your capacity. Every goodbye refined your frequency. Now your love is wiser, softer yet stronger, silent yet sovereign. You no longer love to be understood. You love because it's your nature to illuminate. The chosen love differently because they love from overflow, not from lack. Their affection isn't a transaction, it's a transmission. When you love, your energy doesn't cling, it circulates, it blesses, it liberates. That's why people feel changed after knowing you, even if they never tell you. You leave a residue of heaven everywhere you go. But here's the revelation, chosen one. Your love's uniqueness isn't just emotional, it's prophetic. It's a reflection of how God loves through you. He didn't design your heart to be ordinary. He made it a conduit for the extraordinary. And because of that, your love will never die wondering. It will live fulfilling. The next time you give your heart, it won't be out of emptiness. It will be out of alignment. It won't be about fixing someone. It will be about building with someone. You'll no longer lose yourself in love. You'll find the version of you God intended all along. Chosen one, you were never too much. You were the measure. You were never too deep. You were the mirror. You were never hard to love. You were the standard heaven uses to redefine it. So love boldly, love gently, love divinely. Because your heart is no longer a battlefield. It's a sanctuary. And the world will remember your name not for what you accomplished, but for how deeply you allowed God to love through you. The chosen love differently because they were sent to remind the world what love truly is. Not a feeling, not a promise, but a frequency. Pure, patient, powerful, eternal. And chosen one, that's who you are. You are the living proof that divine love still walks the earth. And wherever you go next, heaven's heartbeat goes with you.